Good morning, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a Google form for your opinion writing for your survey question. So now that you have a question ready to go, you guys are going to go to your Google Drive. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to click New, where the plus sign is. Now, Google Form is hidden. You can see you have Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. We need to go down to More, and you'll see this drop-down menu. I recommend using your mouse and not your touch screen here. So you're going to go ahead and click Google Forms. It's going to open up a new tab for you, and your default form is going to look like this. It doesn't have a title or any questions in here. So the first thing you want to do is give your form a title. I am going to title mine Year-Round School. I don't need a description, so I'm going to jump right in and do my first question. So if you remember my very first question, if I open up my opinion writing slides that you guys just looked at, my first question had to do with year-round school. And let me find it here. Here it is. My first survey question is, would you go to school year-round if you could have a break every 6 weeks? I'm going to go ahead and click up here while I remember so that my title changes. So I'm going to type my first question. Would you go to school year-round if you could have a break every 6 weeks? And it has suggestions here for yes, no, maybe. I don't want the maybe option, but I am going to do yes and I am going to do no. So I can click on those. The other option, if you don't see those suggestions pop up, you can just go in and type yes and type no. Now, there are other types of responses. If you click where it said multiple choice, there's lots of different things. You can do check boxes, yes, no. Problem with check boxes for a yes and no question is that they can click more than one checkbox. So I don't suggest the check boxes for this one. There's a drop-down menu, so they would only be able to select yes or no, which in this case, I'm just going to use multiple choice because I don't need the drop-down option. One other option, there's several other options. I would not recommend short answer or paragraph because I'm going to show you we want to be able to get a graph out of this form. It will automatically create a graph for you. And the short answer in the paragraph, it won't create a graph for you. So you can use multiple choice, you can use check boxes, but remember check boxes, they can select multiple. There's a drop-down menu. There is a linear scale. So that means like on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you feel about going to school year-round? And 1 could be terrible and 5 could be great. So you could do that, and it will let the people who are taking your survey select anywhere between 1 and 5. They could select 3, anything like that. I'm going to keep mine as multiple choice and just do yes, and I just pressed enter, or you can click add or no. This is going to be a really important step. You need to make sure you click required. So you'll notice that turned purple when I clicked on that. That means that they have to answer the question. So I have 2 survey questions that I developed for year-round school. So to add another question, I'm going to come over here and there's a plus sign and you can see that it popped up with add question. Click the plus sign and here's question 2. So if I go back to my notes page, question 2 is, do you forget what you learned over the summer? Do you forget what you learned over the summer? And again, I'm just going to do a yes and a no because I think it's going to be really easy for the graph. And I want to make sure that I come down here and I click required so that it turns purple. If you add a question and you decide you don't like it, you can click the trash can to get rid of it. This button is duplicate, so it would copy the same exact question. I don't need to copy the same exact question, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. So now my survey is finished. Now there are options for you to change the theme. If you go up here, it looks like a little paint palette. You can click Customize Theme. This is something that you can do when you are completely done putting the information in. You're welcome to change the background color. There's also, if you click Choose Image, there are default images. We are not going to upload any photos today. You are welcome to go over here, and I would recommend, if you want to click a heading, they needs to go with your survey. So since mine is about school, I'm going to scroll through this work in school one, and I'm going to look for a heading that has to do with school. There's lots of different options, very cool, but I want to look for one that has to do with school. I think I'm going to go with this one that looks like science. I'm going to select it, and that's all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to exit, and if you want to preview what the survey will look like, you all need to preview before you are done today. You click the little eyeball. And then I want you to take your own survey. So I'm going to answer yes to both of these, and I'm going to show you how you can look at your responses. So you're going to you can answer it with your honest opinion. I'm going to go ahead and click yes. So click submit, and it worked. That's why we're checking. So now if I exit out of this, the preview, I go back to where I can edit, you notice that it says responses and it has 1. I want to show you what this looks like. Notice how it gives you a graph right there. That's the goal. Once you have no, people saying no, it will also have a red little piece of your pie on your pie chart. And that's what we're going to put into our opinion writing, are these graphs. So that is how you create a Google form.